Right, pleased to report audio is working fine.
Right, okay, we'll start. Good evening, folks, and
But
welcome back to another live stream. It's been a
it's not
while.
it's not broken already.
This evening, as you may get gathered from the splash screen familiar today, we are going to be taking a look at the newly released BLS reskin. This is the Class 33 D6515 Stan Symes. This is by Will Braddock of British Locomotive Studios. I will put a link to the reskin in the I'm going to find where it is in the stream for you to download. The reskin is now out. Sam did tell me this earlier today. It was released. Was it a couple of hours ago, Lewis?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So it is now out on the BLS website. So do take a look for that. Yeah, so we are now live. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a run with the 33 from
33.
Loughborough to Leicester and back again, and then we'll round off with a run on the North Wales Coast Main Line with another BLS reskin, hauling a BLS reskin. So if you're still on by that point, take a look out for that as well. Apart from that, let's get started. So as you can see in front of you, or in front of us, we got the 33 reskins. There are two variants. There is to our left, we've got the which is basically just all green all over, I suppose you could say, isn't it, Lewis? So it's basically there's no yellow warning panel.
I'll just say, any chance you could just go live real quick, just so I can see, just so there's no delay.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I'm just like assuming.
It won't let me do it.
Like, yeah, I know what you're on about.
Right.
There we are.
So so here's the one of the two reskins. This is D6515 Stan Symes.
515.
I'll get it right eventually.
Which was its original name, I believe. It's been renamed since then.
Jennifer something. I
Sam is watching. If I got that wrong, don't kill me. Because he will.
Oh, he will, yeah. Hopefully, our glorious leader will join us on the call when he gets back in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I think he said. So basically, we've got two very nice reskins with the visuals, as you can see.
We'll just cut in real quick and just say this uses the West Somerset 33.
Yes,
as a base.
That's a good point. For those who don't know, this does use the West Somerset 33 as opposed to the RS or the DTG RSC version. That's a disclaimer to mention there. Do check the reskin out. I'll put the link in the chat, so do check it out and download it. It is out. It was released a couple of hours ago. It's on the BLS website.
I believe it. It does. It also does work if you don't have the AP sounds. That's worth saying. If you don't have it,
I believe so.
Work.
Yeah. So this has been done by one of our BLS team. Just for those who don't know, I'm part of the BLS development team, as is Lewis. We both do great stuff for BLS, and I've got a couple of things. I've got a couple of things on the go as we speak, which hopefully will feature in the new year. So we'll take a look closely at this one first, and we'll go on to this model or reskin. So this reskin's by Will Braddock. Some of you may have downloaded some of his other stuff, such as the 31 reskins, which are very good. I do have them myself. So it's a very good model. The livery is fantastic, isn't it, really? Have you got this now, Lewis? Have you downloaded this yourself?
Yes. Yeah. The new. I re-downloaded it, so now I do actually have the textures for the objects.
Yes, because there was missing objects. I saw the screenshots earlier within the testing chat.
That wasn't known.
Yeah,
that was a known bug.
I got to one thing that surprised me was that this is actually just a 2D sort of 2D texture into it, but to look at it from a distance, it looks 3D, doesn't it?
It does, and I will say how well that Will does
yeah,
do nameplates because they do look 3D. I know because
yeah,
I've asked him to do some nameplates for some of my skins, and they honestly do look brilliant.
yeah, they do. I'm gonna say, just looking at the reskin, it's just fantastic, isn't it? Just let's try not to hear. It's just incredible. It looks really good.
Especially because like go on.
It's nice having. I know it's all right. The BR Crest. It's obviously because it's such an old model now. The 33s, you can see it just. It's a little bit fuzzy as you go in closer to it. Unlike the Mark Ones, which have got the crisp textures. But yeah, it would be nice to have a new 33 in TS at some point in the near future.
Well, look at that. You got the shed plate.
As well as the builder's plate. Smethwick's not far from me. Well, it's not far from Burton, at least. Right,
This is the half yellow one.
Yeah, this is the half yellow version. That's the full green version. This is the half yellow version. Again,
which is, I believe, the livery it currently carries.
Yes, I believe it is, actually, to be fair, on that one.
Again, Sam, don't shoot me if I got that wrong. But I think I'm right.
Yeah, I think we're right, aren't we, on that one? So yeah, this is the half green. Sorry, the half yellow
yeah, it's
version.
Half green. It's all yellow and just half green.
I don't know if Will's actually. I can't tell if has Will done the springs because they look. I can't remember. I don't use the
I think
Western.
he has, if you look at the other one, it doesn't have any springs or anything. It doesn't have the red springs like the other one.
Yeah, that's true. Looking at that now, yeah, that's true. So basically, this is the half yellow version. So we'll put no. Okay. Yeah, so it's a very good reskin, to be honest. Will's done a good job with it, as always. I've got quite a few things from Will now, and they're always really good. So what we'll do, we'll jump straight on and have a drive of this fantastic reskin. So we're going to collect our 33 from down the sidings here at Loughborough. So let's try and release the brake. I do hate the brakes on this. They're so fiddly, aren't they?
Definitely.
Hang on, let's turn the headlights out. Right. That's good. They're all set, ready to go.
Yeah, going the wrong way.
Huh?
It looks like you're going the wrong way because you're driving it from that cap end. Oh, that's something I would do, to be honest. Drive it backwards.
We'll shut off. We'll do, we'll set the points.
We only have 7 viewers right now.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good, to be honest. No doubt one of those is probably Sam. Let's shut off.
Probably.
I'm hoping when he gets home he'll come and jump on the voice server with us.
I
I can't remember.
don't actually know. I don't actually know what Sam's Twitch thing is, but Will's viewing.
Oh, is he? How do you know that?
Either he is now or he was. You can see if you click on viewers, it shows you who's viewing it.
Crash.
Well, I'm guessing Will is Will 26038. It just sounds right.
Let's have a look. You say you click on the number on the viewers.
Yeah, if you look on it, it says 7 viewers. If you just press on that, you can see the users in chat.
No, wait, let me do it. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Which, by the way, Will, if you are joining, you're welcome to join the VC if you want to.
Very true. Right, so what we'll do, we'll set the power handle backwards, wait for the signal. Got the green. This maybe we have to be careful in case he suddenly jumps on and tells me doing something wrong, isn't it?
Either that or he jumps on during a thrash mode and just goes, "My lords!" He could do both. He could do both.
I still need to get Will to send me the latest update to the GCR route he's done. I'll have to get him to do that at some point for me. Hang on, let's set the points correctly before we try and go over anywhere.
Let's not derail it.
So again, folks, for those of you who just joined us, or for any of you who just joined us, this is the recently released BLS Class 33 reskin. It is, I can't remember. I've got to remember to check the name now of it. If you give me a minute, I'll have to remember what it's called.
D6515 stands Symes.
Right, there you go. Is that what he's called it on his page?
I think it's just called it Stan Symes pack.
Isn't it funny how we're actually going past some more BLS reskins?
Well, you can never get away from them.
Right, we've got the
They're
starter.
everywhere.
Shut off the power. How are we doing for viewers currently?
Still at 7.
That's not bad.
Yeah. We've not bored them so much that they want to leave already.
I think this train I'm going to be pulling is, I see, is 7 or 8 coaches long, I think, something like that. So it'll give us a chance to give a bit more power on the power handle.
Yep.
Let's just go up to the signal up here, over there. Knock the power handle back. One thing I keep thinking is I'm going to have to start streaming more often over the Christmas period. It's just finding the time's the problem, isn't it? Or having the sort of will, the energy to do it.
Yep.
Right, I'm going to pass the signal. Oh, that's not bad, is it? Right, let's set the signals or the points up. Now we should get a green on the starter. There you go.
I mean, there's that Christmas live stream whenever that's happening.
Yeah, that's true.
But still been no date for that.
No, that's true.
I'm guessing it's going to be sometime between now and Christmas, obviously.
Hmm.
And probably before Christmas Eve, so the day before. So between now and the day before Christmas Eve, probably. I doubt we'd do it on Christmas Eve.
Unlikely.
That's one thing we've got to ask Sam when he gets here.
When being the operative word. I'm going to have to be careful what I'm saying because I keep forgetting he's probably watching currently.
I mean, again, I could check, but I don't know what his Twitch name is.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that a smooth stop? Didn't even hit the coaches that time. How's that for perfect, Lewis? Let's just drop the vacuum.
It's generally good to not hit coaches.
It is, to be fair. Right, it's swap cab ends. I've got her in mid-gear, currently in neutral. Shut up, vacuum brake. Right, next job is to... let's make sure we've got some lamps on. Yep, the lamps
Next
up.
job is wait for the right moment to arrive or to depart, or else Sam's going to be moaning at you.
Yeah, I know. What I'll also do quickly is take a screenshot. He'll just have to join us as we're going along, won't he? And anybody else can as well. I've just about warmed up now.
Speak to that.
Say again.
Nah, I just saw that he said he's gonna be back in 20 minutes, about 15 minutes ago, so it can't be long now.
Right, we've got the railway from the guard. Let's dump. I quite like the creak you sometimes get from the Mark 1s when you pull away from a standstill. Got green on the starter.
Yep. Definitely is a brilliant piece of rolling stock.
Yeah, definitely. Listen to the... and that's not even at full chat yet.
Oh no, it isn't, or else Will will be joining.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose he would if it were a 25.
Hmm. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we've got 6 Mark 1s. That's not too bad, is it, really? Heavy enough load. Let's just put a bit of power on the power handle. I can see high-vis my side. Blimey, we've been live for 24 minutes so far.
Yeah, it goes quick, doesn't it?
It does. And we've still got a full round trip to do and a second run to do on a different route yet. Right, we can go 25 mile an hour now. You can't do what Will taught me with the 37s, where you sort of notch them back and then notch back fully. You can't do that with the 33 because they're so default designed, aren't they? They're not as good.
Oh, look. Oh, well, we finally got our first comment.
Sorry, Will.
It's not accurate. It's not a perfect representation.
One in 76. Not a bad gradient. Green on the auto. Oh, I can just hear the traction motors picking up now. I would love to see a track patch done for Severn Valley just to get rid of that horrible blue track that they've got. Just slowing down for Cornham Woodhouse Station. We've got the green on the home as we approach. Oh, hello. We've been joined. It's
He's
Mr. Beeman.
back. He's
Hello,
here.
Mr. Beeman.
He
Beeman.
made...
Do you want to introduce yourself to the stream?
Samuel Beeman of BLS here. How are we all doing?
We are good.
And suddenly everyone leaves the stream. I'm actually gonna look. We're down to 3 viewers. Not lying. Not lying.
And she left as soon as I said hello, fellow simmers.
I swear we are down to 3 viewers.
Have I done well with the stream so far, Sam? Is in.
Yeah, I've done all right so far. Yeah. I've missed out a bit of a section. Obviously I watched the start, and then obviously I was getting out the car and stuff, and obviously my connection went when you was talking about the bogies on the 33. So I wanted to know your views on the bogies actually of what Will's done
basically.
on the 33.
I will just ask. Did Will actually change them?
He must have done.
Yeah, he has. The springs are painted by him, and the bearing caps.
Yeah, I thought they were. They look quite nice, to be honest, because that was the one thing that disappointed me with the West Coast Mark ones that AP had done. And I'm sorry, AP, if you're watching this, but that one did disappoint me, because for those people that don't know, the AP. Oh, okay, yeah. So they've got it like that. Those ones have got the colours then. You just haven't got it.
I mean, AP have sort of weathered them. They're sort of toned down, aren't they? They're not like going very well.
Right, for some reason again we've got that problem with on the platform. You can't open the doors, so we are just going to pretend we've opened the doors and we're going to go. Right, got the green on the starter.
I'm actually glad that your one's working with the AP sounds, because we had somebody who downloaded the recent version, as in the modern version of D6515, which is obviously Lieutenant Jenny Lewis, RM.
Yeah.
With its current name in the
I did get it wrong.
panel livery. And basically the AP sounds didn't work with it for them. But obviously it just goes to show that it's obviously an issue on their end, and they just need to reinstall the sound pack to get it to work.
Yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't touch the default 33s without the sound pack or anything. And as I was just saying before you turned up to Lewis, that it'd be nice to see a new AP 33. I know they did start doing something, didn't they, an enhancement or something, but it'd be nice to see a new 33 full stop, because let's face it, it's one of the older ones. It's like a lot of the older stuff in TS, we need new things to replace the older content.
Oh, no, let's not start this again. You're gonna get him going now.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
it's
you know my
Mr.
thoughts on it. You
Davis.
just need new heritage diesel.
Good evening, Steve. You are on the stream currently with us. Good evening, if he's there. Can't hear him.
Actually hasn't plugged his mic in.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Got a green on the...
he's gone.
Green
He
on the
was
home.
there, we promise.
I better slow down, otherwise I'm going to have bloody Will telling me off for speeding it again.
Yep.
Oh, got a face full of branch then for the cab.
That's what I want to do, is I want to double check and just bring up the stream. Yeah, I've actually forgotten what my Twitch name is. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know if you watched or not. Cause
Yeah.
I mean, I can see everyone who's watched it, but like, I've no idea. Yeah, there's 2 possibilities that it could be, Sam.
Probably Samuel Beeman.
No, there's no Samuel Beeman here.
And my voice seems to be coming through on the screen. That's good.
I'm going to say we tested to make sure mine was working as well, to be fair.
Well, I'm going to try and see if I can log in. I believe it was Samuel Beeman, or was it Mr. Beeman? I can't remember.
Good
It's
luck.
not a major problem. It's not a major problem, is it? Really, at the end of the day. Let's go there. I think. It's all right. I'm just putting screenshots within the BLS staff chat and the BLS What's It chat as well.
Third time's the charm.
Hello, he's arrived.
It was.
It's working.
Good evening, Steve. Hello again.
That's right there. What's occurring?
We are currently live streaming the new 33 reskin that Will has done.
Oh, where are you live streaming it?
Twitch. But I'm also
Ah.
streaming on Discord. I'm streaming on Discord as well currently. Let me just find the.
Okay, yes, there we are. So I have now got myself into the chat feed, I believe. I'm just going to follow you and then go hello in the chat, and it should come up.
That's good to hear. LJ's put hello. Hello, LJ.
I did not put hello. Wrong person.
No, so for those of you who just joined the stream, we are currently driving the stands of a D6515 Stan Symes reskin by Will Braddock of British Locomotive Studios. Again, I'll copy the link for those of you who haven't got it, if I can get to bloody copy the damn thing.
Well, I mean, the link's already in the chat, but you know.
I'll just in case
So
we
guys,
lose
grab
it.
It's in the chat.
Yeah. We're just gone over Switherland Reservoir. We're just approaching Switherland sidings and the junction there. I forgot to take those signals out and replace them with the other ones. Bugger. That's a job for next stream. So how are you, Steve?
Fair to middling with 3 degrees of frost.
You guys are going into lockdown, aren't you, in Wales at some point, aren't you, I believe?
Are we doing what?
Aren't you guys? Aren't they putting some more restrictions on you guys in Wales? I believe. I might be wrong on that.
Well, we haven't had them taken off yet.
Oh, okay. I've just found the instrument lights. I've just found the instrument lights.
Obviously, you guys are probably aware it's my birthday today.
Yes, happy birthday, Mr. Beeman. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes, did you not know that, Steve?
No, it's not come up on my
Lol.
Facebook feed.
Oh, it's been posted up on the BLS.
I've only just come home from bloody work.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I've just been I've been out today. I went out 4:20 and I saw the new Spider-Man film. If anyone hasn't seen it, I really do recommend going to see it because it's absolutely fantastic.
So you did enjoy it. That's what me and Jake were on about. If you enjoyed it or not.
Yes. It was
Okay, good.
fantastic.
Don't spoil it. Just let you did enjoy it.
Yes, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not spoiling anything. All I can say is it's fantastic. So
Yeah. So basically, Spider-Man dies.
Yeah. What?
Butler did it.
So-
It's like the whole Avengers Endgame thing again, isn't it? Where everyone just says everybody dies.
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Well. We ain't. I'm not spoiling nothing. I'm not spoiling nothing.
We're just approaching Rothley Station
Everybody
now.
doesn't die. No, it's not like one of those things where everybody dies. So.
And just at the end of the movie, just a bomb goes off and just everybody in the world. What a twist that would be. Eh?
I mean, I don't know what. I still don't really know what to think about the whole Avengers thing with people in the blip and all that lot. But there you go. Is what it was. It was what it was. Hey ho, innit?
So
It's a bit
just
confusing.
before you turned up, Sam, obviously we did that. We had a look at both reskins. But what we'll do when we get back to Loughborough, we'll take another look at them so we can we'll talk to you about them, and then we'll jump over to the look at the second thing, which will be the steam loco on the main line.
Yeah. So basically, Sam can go, oh yeah, the 5 times.
Well, it's nice to see that, Jake. You're doing videos of proper traction. I mean, it's great.
I thought he was doing
Oh,
all
that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, because I know that that he's got a video planned
For
to
the new
be
800s.
uploaded about a
800.
piece of traction, which, well, yeah, in all honesty, I don't rate as a piece of traction. It's a unit. It's not traction.
I mean, does it move by itself?
Yeah.
It does. But
Therefore, it provides traction. Therefore, it is traction.
it's not proper traction, though, is it? It's a
But it is
unit.
traction,
It's coaches with motors in them, and in
which
fact,
provide traction.
in fact, they're more coaches with motors in them because they don't make a bloody sound. I say that it's just there's no sound. They're boring, man. So, in all
Oh,
honesty,
dear.
Jake, I'm glad you're doing the review on them. And and in all honesty, if you want to send me that review footage, I could upload it to the BLS YouTube channel because I don't want to be doing the review on them.
No, because it'd just be you
well,
for half
from
an
the
hour
guard.
complaining.
Yeah, it would be, to be fair, wouldn't it?
But not about the model, just about the fact that it is an 800.
I just don't like 800s. It's just me. Like, you know, other people obviously disagree, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions, obviously. But like I say, I just don't like 800s. They just don't do it for me. So that's why I don't particularly want to be doing a review on them.
I mean,
You
obviously,
do
the
realise
person I
anyone,
do
anyone,
with,
you
the
do realise that any
HSTs.
Modern Image fans right now are going to be cursing you in the street. You do realise that, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but obviously, you know, they're entitled to their own opinions.
Oh,
If they
of
like
course.
800s and attached things, then it is what it
Well,
is.
it's like
But
for the Steam
like,
fans,
you know,
isn't it? The Steam fans don't like diesels, but it's one of those things.
yeah, I say they just don't do it for me, and it's the same with, like, you know, everyone is always going to have a train that they don't particularly
Yeah.
like. Like me, for example, I don't like 800s, I don't like Stadlers, and I don't like Class 55 Deltics either.
You like
That's
Pacers,
just
though,
my
don't you?
opinion. Hmm?
You like Pacers, though, don't you?
Yeah, I like Pacers. Pacers are cool. I like. Yeah. Them. What?
Nothing.
So I take it you don't like Pacers then, Steve.
All right,
Yeah,
you like
see?
the tram?
See, look, see, everybody has their hates. Steve here hates Pacers.
I didn't say hate them. I just said it just looks like a tram.
Oh, I said,
Oh,
well,
It's a bus.
it's a bus. Yeah,
It's
technically,
it's a bus on a container wagon.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, they've
tram.
been built from buses, haven't they? They were
Yeah.
the Leyland
No.
buses. They were built from the bodies of those.
I don't think they were built from them, but I think they were built by the same people who make them.
They're basically a bus,
They
a bus body on
bus
a
body
wagon
and put it on the
chassis.
wagon wheels. That's what it was. Hmm. That's why they were so bumpy as well, because they were literally just a bus body placed
Yeah.
on wagon wheel, and they just, you know, put a cab over the top.
Hey, the thing
know,
is, they were
just a-
supposed to be like
just a lot-
temporary, weren't they, when they first came out?
Yeah, they were supposed to be temporary, but they ended up lasting like forever. Yeah.
Right, we've got a comment from someone saying, "How dare you diss the 800?"
Yeah, well, we all knew that was going to come. That was going to come. I'm sorry, but it's just, I don't really like them. Just my opinion. Jake here is all right with them, I think. Well,
The
actually,
real ones,
he was
I
right.
don't like the seats on them. I think the seats are worse than sitting on the footplate of a Great Western Hall. And for those who've cabbed a Great Western engine, the seats are horrendous.
See, now this is what makes you laugh. Is that Jake there has literally compared it to a steam loco cab. That just goes to show how comfy, how uncomfortable those things are, doesn't it?
It's not your granny's armchair, you know. It is a locomotive. So
It's not supposed to be comfy.
exactly.
Yeah, but when someone...
Unless you're the
I
passenger.
think personally, passenger comfort is very important. If you're travelling to long distance places, for example, as well, you know, the last thing you want is to be walking out of a loco. Well, it's not even a loco; it's a piece. It's just a unit. It's coaches and
Watch your
motors. in them.
words. Watch your words.
The last thing you want is walking out of a train with a stiff back. I mean, it's just.
To be fair to you, Sam, the 170s, the Voyagers, the 390s, a lot of the older stuff are a lot comfier. The 323s were like a commuter style unit, but the seats were a lot comfier. They've got more padding in them. The 800, I don't. The 800s, they've just got no comfort at all. The footplate of a steam loco's got more padding in the seats, and obviously it's just a wooden seat on a steam loco most of the time.
So even a wooden seat on a steam loco is more comfy than them pieces.
And that
of
says
shit.
something, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, that is bad. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on the Great Western 800s. I've been on the Virgin, the Avanti ones. No, sorry, not the Avanti ones. The
LNER.
Avanti haven't got any yet.
LNER ones.
Azuma isn't a
Azumas.
company. That's just the name.
Yeah, they're still Hitachis at the end of the day. But yeah, I've been on those ones, and they're not exactly very comfortable either. So, yeah. I mean, but from what I hear from the GWR ones, Jake, from what you've said there, they must be horrendous.
They're not great.
Yeah. But I just don't like them. I just think, you know, they don't have any character. They're just so quiet and they're boring. You know, it's just.
But then, to be fair,
I don't like Stadlers. But I think even Stadlers have a bit more character.
For people like Steve who've grown up with steam locos, Steve could tend to think about a diesel loco, but it's just what you're used to though. And the problem is, we were having this conversation earlier last night. We were just because I wish I'm out with the portable track tomorrow, and we're using a diesel, we're using a battery diesel loco or battery electric, and it's just because it's easier to set up and prepare for just a bit of running for the portable track, because I was main steam guys and off ill. And it's the case, well, at the end of the day, a lot of kids don't know what a steam loco is anyway. It's very pointless running a steam loco, and a lot of the kids only know what a diesel is, or electric.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, review-wise, probably like, you know, if I was to do reviews, probably the best I'll do is like, you know, just doing like general units, so stuff like a 323 or you know, 365s or something like that. Some of the older gen, you know, electric units. But any of this modern crap, I'm not doing it. Like I'm not doing reviews on them. You guys can do it. I'll let you guys do it instead.
Yeah.
You know, and in all honesty, it would be nice to have like you guys to do some of the reviews, because to be honest, it would have a nice change of scenery on the YouTube channel, because it's always me who does the reviews. You know, it'd be nice if somebody else had a go at it in the main chair.
When was
you know?
the last time you did a review?
Well, last time I did a review was on the Class 68 for trains a couple of days ago.
Ignoring that.
Ignoring that, it was months back when
Exactly.
the computer was broke.
Yeah. No.
To be fair, just think about that, Steve. I bet if it wasn't for you, your kids wouldn't know what a steam engine was, would they? This is the thing, a lot of kids now don't know what a steam engine is. And
I don't know whether they don't know what a steam engine is, or they don't know diddly squat about them. That's true.
And this is the thing, I think it's unless you know somebody who volunteers with them. I remember at school people used to go, "You're mad," and I think, well, no, it's just something I've grown up with, playing with steam engines. It's just something you grow up with.
But yeah, obviously we're all entitled to our own opinions about trains, and you know, 800s and Stadlers. The new modern stuff just does not do it for me at all.
I've got to
Personally,
admit,
I'll always prefer a HST.
oh god, yeah.
Oh god, yeah, HSTs. They're
Even
iconic,
and the 91s, the distinctive sound of the cooling fans
Yeah.
at Doncaster. Brilliant.
I'm so glad that AP. I think this is the thing. I hope AP get around to a 323 EP before they get withdrawn. I think this is the kind of good thing. The fact that AP have done some of these older things before they got withdrawn from traffic, because once they're gone, they're gone then, aren't you? You can't get the sound for them then.
I think I now can kind of, because I remember now. This is the thing, right? You're going to laugh at this, but I remember because obviously, you know, for so long I've been getting in the hump over the fact that AP just don't really give a crap about. Well, they don't do the older diesel stuff. They don't. I mean, it's lucky they're doing the 101s and stuff. But I mean, they said in one of the streams, and it did really annoy me, is the fact that they said that it's not financially something like that, something financially for them to do diesels, like they don't get, as in they say the modern stuff gives them more money, basically, which is the reason why they're doing it.
Which,
but
to be fair,
the thing is, you've got to think about the customers as well, you know.
I can understand, because the majority of enthusiasts now are a lot younger, and they are more modern traction people. And I think this is the thing, is for some of us older ones, especially those who was born 98 and so before 1998, we were all old heritage traction people. We've grown up with the older stuff, and and to be honest, I don't know what. Right, just for those people that have just arrived at Leicester North, but just to go back to what I was saying, Sam, you could even say in a way 323s. They are heritage. They were late 90s built.
It's still technically modern, but I mean, in all honesty, I can kind of understand in a way why AP did stuff like the 91s and 90s, like you said, and some of the other modern stuff, because they were getting withdrawn soon at the time, and like you said, they needed to get the recordings.
Yeah,
and it's kind of good that they went out to get those
323s are due out in the next 2 or 3 years. So once they're gone, aren't they? Then you're stuck, really.
Yeah, and stuff like the electric traction, for example, when they do go withdrawn, there is no chance in hell that they'll ever be on a preserved railway, because they won't. There's just too many safety regulations out there. We could never have an electric heritage railway. It would never work.
It's just not viable, is it, really? It's just not viable is the big problem.
Well, no, because all the safety regulations as well. You know, if you're volunteering on electric railway, there's so many hazards that could happen. You know, if it was third rail and you didn't like walk over the track properly, it could be fatal. You know,
I don't think that'll be a problem, because you've got electric preservation already with trams.
That's true, actually. Yeah,
you be more likely I would think the limiting factor is more likely to be the cost of overhead catenary. Putting it up at a Harrington line, or putting in third rail, and then the electrical supply to do all that is probably more of an issue.
Yeah, well, I think their idea was to actually, you know, the old ex Isle of Wight units, you know, the 483s or something like that.
Yeah.
The old tube stock.
The old tube stock.
The tube stock. They were planning on having some of them battery operated to run on some heritage railways. I don't know if that's still going to be a thing, but that's the idea that they had, to have battery operated tube trains running on heritage lines.
Mm-hmm.
But then I know people slag off the Pacers, but in a way, for a midweek service, they are quite a useful tool, really, aren't they? It's obviously a lot cheaper than using steam engines.
To be honest.
I miss them.
Well, I know somebody who drives the newer units, and they've actually said that the newer units are more unreliable than the Pacers.
Well, they
the older
don't.
Unit.
To be honest,
of course
I prefer
they
the
are.
look of a Pacer to the newer ones.
To be honest, look at the 800s and how unreliable they are on the Riviera line compared to the old HSTs and the older 150s, and it just shows just how unreliable they are.
Yeah, because didn't you say 800s have issues down the Dawlish Sea wall?
They seem to, yeah. They've had 2 struck by seawater, and it's killed them.
Yeah, there's that rail cam video, isn't there?
I believe so. I've not seen it myself, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, it got splashed with some water and broke down.
Yeah, whereas if it was the older stuff, they don't get breakdown when they get splashed by water, do they? So there you go. Serves you right, transport network.
This is the thing, is the fact, just to go back again to the 323, Sam, I bet they're probably going to be a lot more reliable. They are a lot more reliable than the new ones they are going to have replacing them.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, this is it though. I just find every older gen stuff is always more reliable than the newer rubbish. You know?
It just sees through the way, doesn't it?
Yeah. But then again, if you're going to say steam locos versus diesel locomotives, now I'm going to be truthfully honest here, guys. And I know that everybody loves steam locos. I like steam locos. You guys like steam locos. Everybody loves a steam locomotive. But diesel is superior in the means of running, because steam locos are more likely to fail than diesel locos.
I disagree. No, I disagree. I remember seeing a video of
saving a steamer.
There is evidence of Britannia running home on one cylinder. And this is the thing: if something fails a diesel loco, electric problem, you're stuck. Whereas a steam loco, you can have a problem with the injector or something, and it'll limp home. It will still limp. And having driven a loco that's limped around the club track, you trust me, limping is it's not a good thing, but an engine will do it.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. You see on heritage lines though, when a steam loco fails, a majority of the time the diesel has to save the steam loco. There's not like many situations where the steam has had to save a diesel. Don't get me wrong, there has been occasions where that has had to happen, but it's quite rare, if that makes sense.
One of the reasons it's rare is you can't start up a steam engine to go and recover a failed diesel.
Well, no, because steam locos, they take like hours to just start up, don't they?
It's not in steam, it's not going anywhere,
I think it's horses for courses. There's always going to be problems for all traction. I think that's going to just be the way it is.
But that's what I say. That's one instant. I think that because obviously we have said that older gen stuff is more reliable than modern stuff, which it is. But in the means of steam and diesel, like you say, it's majority of the time the diesel is a little bit more reliable, which is
I don't know because every engine's different. Obviously, look at Clan Line,
like
you look at the two Riley Black Fives, they rarely ever fail. But I think I'd almost say the majority of the time with failures, it depends on the owner, the railway, the operator,
the maintenance.
Exactly. And you forget that at the end of the day, people like Ian Riley and his team, their locos are kept in tip-top condition all year round, whereas other locos, honestly, like Severn Valley or GCR, I don't want to slag anybody off here. I'd almost said they're possibly not as well kept in condition, and I think it's just one of those things. Right, ran away from the guard.
I love how we were going to take another look at the 33 and we just didn't.
We'll do it back at Loughborough. That was the idea at Loughborough.
Yeah, it's back at Loughborough, mate, with the other plain green version. Yeah, so unfortunately, obviously with the old sound pack with the Armstrong Power sounds, it doesn't play the sounds from outside of the coach window, does it? Because it just plays the cab sound, and that's something that I wish AP would patch that. I really do. I mean, they patched it with the Western, the Class 52.
Yeah.
And then they managed to patch it with that, but it would just be nice to see all of the other sound packs patched, so you can actually hear them from in the passenger views.
Yeah.
That's, mind you, if they're going to do a new 33, you wouldn't need that anyway. But yeah.
You would if.
Yeah, if they do another. I doubt they will do a new 33. Like I say, they will always focus on the more modern gen stuff because it's just what they're based on now.
This 47 though, would you count that as modern?
Well, no. Yeah,
exactly.
that's good. I'm glad that they're doing something that's more heritage. But the thing that they will do first, though, in Volume 1, it will be the modern 47.
There you go, Sam. Bit of flash for you.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Oh, yes, you've got to have a bit of crash, haven't you? Oh yeah, yes. Sounds brilliant, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, talking back to what's on topic with the 33, there's a particular reason why we chose Stan Symes to be on this day, why it come out on this day. Because it's basically like it's like a tribute to me, really, because 6515 is my favourite locomotive, and it would make sense that it came out on Friday 17th in our Christmas calendar because of that reason. That's my favourite loco.
Oh, speaking of that, speaking of like timetables and all that, me and Jake wondering when is the Christmas stream going to happen, Sam?
It hasn't been confirmed yet. I was actually speaking to Jordan about that the other day. He reckons it should be the day before Christmas Eve, so the 23rd.
Yeah.
Personally, I was thinking this Sunday, but then Jordan thinks it was a bit too early to do this Sunday because it's still quite far from Christmas. I was thinking like 24th as well, but to be fair, I don't know. People might be doing stuff on Christmas Eve, you know what I mean? You don't know.
It's probably best not to.
It's probably better to do it on like Jordan said, 23rd.
Yeah, sounds good.
But yeah, like I say, it hasn't been confirmed yet. When it is confirmed, I'll put a post up or something.
Nice one.
Still got my birthday badge on. Got my badge. Big badge it is. My nephew got it for me.
3 today.
Yeah. Funny, yeah. No, I'm 25 now. Shocking.
Minus 20.
God almighty, 25.
Yes, hello, Flying Scot. Hello, Flying Scot. Oh, Flying 9 Scotsman. Yes, this is the GCR route. That is correct.
Is this a different version to the standard SSS one by
Yes,
chance,
it's Will's
Jake,
version. I'm fed up with using the default version. It's just because the track's better for a start.
In other words, this is the SSS version.
Yeah, basically.
Which is, going to be on Steam Sound Supreme in the future at some point.
Yeah.
You're going to be on the carpet when you get back doing that speed.
Mind you,
Just waiting for Will to type in the chat again.
When you did do this stream, you did ask permission to film on this route, right? Like from Will and that, yeah?
No, it didn't, to be fair.
Oh.
Well, he hasn't said anything, so...
It messaged in the chat and just said speed limit. He didn't say anything about it. I'm pretty sure he noticed his own route.
I would have said ask. I would have, if I was you, I would have asked permission first because the fact of this is the one that's in production. Well, I think it's the one that's going on SSS. Don't quote me on that. It might be a different version.
To be fair, though, I haven't got the latest
If that's
version.
the case, at least this isn't on YouTube.
I think the thing is, had this been the most up-to-date version, because I haven't got the updated version, so had the updated version of it, I thought you might have noticed. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I think I don't know if this is the one, but I say so many different versions of the GCR that's been created the past few years. I just get muddled up with all of them.
To be honest, the thing is that I don't really see the point of SSS doing a super detailed version of various routes because they just seem to have too many requirements. I've tried to get the requirements on Peak Rail and Ecclesbourne as low as I can to make it more easier to use them. Come on, Signals, please.
The thing is, there is a way of creating decent routes by using limited requirements.
Yeah.
There is ways of doing it.
Like
1 or 2 freeway routes on UKTS, which are really good and have fantastic assets. You can just have those requirements, you know. And then you've got, just the standard stuff like West Somerset, West Highland Line,
right,
Isle of Wight,
guys,
like
we've just had a comment saying, have you heard anything about 36110 and 3761.
You messed that up.
Yeah, 37610
Yeah, it's in
and
the chat.
37612.
Yeah, you do realise that's Sam Arner asking about his own pack, right?
Right. Okay. I didn't realise that.
I was about to say, in what way? Is it like the real ones or the TS reskins?
Yeah, because if he's talking about the TS reskins, yeah, he is Sam Arner. See, he said, "Well done." Now, see, he is actually Sam Arner asking about his own pack. He's in disguise. He's disguising himself as a public member. Yeah.
Wow, subtle. It's not like it's his Discord name or anything.
I worked it out better than YouTube. Yeah,
I'll
that's
tell
true.
you what, Sam.
Yeah, because on YouTube we didn't know.
What annoys me is
Mm.
the bogey sounds on these aren't bad. It's just the bloody flange squill is just a unique flange squill. That's the only thing that annoys me about the AP Mark Ones is the flange squill sounds are horrendous, isn't it? I know we keep saying this, but I've just listened to bogey sounds and
They're wrong.
the clatter sounds are great. The flange squill's horrible. Oh, I've got a milk bottle over there.
But because the flange squill is a unit squill. It's been
Yeah.
recycled from one of the unit packs.
Actually, funny enough, the flange squill on the 800 EP is just a default thing. I'm surprised they haven't got any custom sounds.
Yeah. I've just realised that on the 800, because I was listening to it on the ATS video, because obviously I watched Alan Thompson's video on it, and the flange squill is identical to the Mark 1s, isn't it? It's the same sound.
They must.
It's just been recycled again.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't like these habits. I've noticed Armstrong Powerhouse has done that a few times now, because they did it with the 317, didn't they? They recycled the 319 sounds for the 317. Yeah, they did. The traction motor sounds. It's all 319 sounds, not actually recorded from 317s. But I don't like the habits of recycling stuff. I wish people would just go out and just record new sounds.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, why recycle stuff? Just go out and record it. Maybe just leave the pack and just, delay it for until further notice.
Yes, I know I do. Sam A. Yes, I know I do. He's just put a comment saying, "Oh yeah, you keep mentioning the flange squeal sounds."
Hey, he's not wrong.
But you're saying it's not going on YouTube. But I was actually thinking of maybe putting this on YouTube, but I don't know if that's even possible with Twitch, to be honest.
I think it's just downloading it, isn't it? Right away from the guard.
Yeah.
Front window thrash. We'll drive back cab thrash.
Yeah, you have to be in the back cab because otherwise you can't get the sound.
Will's going to be telling me off for speeding again. I'll be told off for speeding. I'll jump back in the cab now so we can't see it. Now, I should do more of these streams more often, just showing off little bits and pieces. One thing I'd like to do in the new year, Sam, is start doing streams of the Peak Rail route once we're up at the stage where we can start streaming it. I know it's daft because it's my own route, but
that won't be able to be streamed for a little while, because of the fact that it's not got to that stage yet at all, really, has it?
Well, according to Will, the scenery around Roseley is now pretty much complete.
The main time you want to give it a stream is when you've got all of the line side details all complete, from Matlock to Roseley.
I mean, Sam, he did say sometime in the new year. That could be like next December,
Yeah. Maybe, so if it's sometime in the new year, then when it's got some scenery to actually show, not just blank scenics.
Scenics. Never heard that word used before, to be honest.
Because obviously at the moment, especially like towards Matlock, it's just completely barren, isn't it? There's no scenery at
Will's
all.
been working on the rivers, so hopefully we'll get to a stage where at some point we can start streaming it. But that'll be next year.
Is that a subtle plug that you're making a new pack, Samana? Just posted a message.
Always fun when you can't remember if you actually put the new changes in the pack you're Love it.
That's basically subtly saying I've got something new.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Well,
Yeah, actually,
sounds like it's just updating a pack, to be honest.
yeah, if he's doing that, could that be the Network Rail pack? Because we are still waiting on that, and that's been it's kind of long overdue, you know.
Well,
But
that caused a bit of confusion, didn't it?
Yeah, so if anyone is actually watching this stream and are actually wondering about where the Network Rail stock pack went to, basically there will, I don't know if you hadn't read up about it or seen, there was a bit of a major problem with that. I think I said about it on one of my Facebook vlogs, no, YouTube vlogs at some point. But I said the fact that it had a problem where the basically the bat file kind of messed up your content roots folder, and this is something that's a bit of a major issue for everybody, because then it ruins your roots and your quick drives. So it was definitely not releasable. So that's something that needed to be worked on.
Yeah,
that's why it's such a long delay, because you don't want it to start breaking other people's root folders, do you? So
and you don't want to save it to be used as a weapon, do you, Sam?
No, exactly. So yeah, that's something that that has needed to be seriously looked at, and that's why it's taken so long, just to avoid any potential hazards for any members of the public.
Yeah, because the backlash of that would have been terrible.
Yeah, can you imagine it? If that was publicly released, the amount of hassle we would have got.
Especially because at the time you didn't have a disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this Shame Sunday or something?
This is why we have testers. This is why we have the testers. This is why we have the testing team. So
can I just make a disclaimer at this point? Can I just jump in here and make a disclaimer for anyone watching this stream? I apologise for these people. I honestly don't know them. I swear I do not know them.
Oh, it's just gonna be a live stream just full of just
shits and giggles.
Yeah. Now, on a serious note, though, Sam's got a few good points there. First one regarding the GCR route. This is currently a private version of the route that I was given by one of our BLS team. This is not for public. This is not available to the public. Consumption. Yeah, but consumption. Yeah. This is a private route version of the route that one of our team has done some edits to. I'll stress this is not accessible to the public at present. Whether it will be in the future, I can't say. I do not know. I don't think we know yet, do we, Sam? But yeah, the other thing is just.
I'm not certain.
Go on.
I think it could be the potential. I think it might be the future SSS one, but I'm not sure. It depends what version that was sent to you.
This was sent.
What version it is.
This is quite an old one. The version was about 2 or 3 months ago. So this was well, you'll be able to see when we get back to. Well, you'll see as we get back to at Loughborough. You haven't got the brick walling with the houses, so this is the older version of it. So basically, the siding at Rothley Brook has been severed, but we haven't got the new thing in yet. So yeah, it's a reasonably old version.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's all very, very confusing with the GCR stuff. I mean, I get confused. I have to keep asking Will which one's which. But yeah.
But But no, I thought I'd better make a disclaimer on that one, guys, that this isn't currently out. This is a private thing currently. Oh, that signal hasn't cleared. Oh, it has. Just cleared as we approached. As for the other things that Sam's on about and Lewis on about, at the minute of it all, we'll just say about the disclaimer thing. Sam, I'll let you explain about the situation with the disclaimer if you want, given Lewis has dropped you in it.
The disclaimer thing. Oh, yeah, that was a recent addition. Basically, I didn't put enough disclaimers in the manuals on our stuff.
Well, any.
And then you
No,
guys
you
ignored
mean
me
any?
moaning about it. Oh no, I put a couple in.
All I'm saying is, you're lucky Jordan's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, but that whole thing, that whole saga's ended now. We've closed the door on it now, so you know, it's the end of it.
Run away from the guard.
I get enough stress from this bloody thing. So Steve, will you have a reskin that you were planning on releasing, weren't you? You have a diesel reskin that I still need to look at, or you still need to find whether it has the nameplates or not.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, wasn't I? The nameplated version, yeah.
Yes. So if you want to have a look at that, so I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't want any spoilers to the public here who are watching. But you've got something in your up your sleeves, haven't you?
I have.
Diesel wise.
I have.
Yeah. But yeah, just have a look to see if it's got the nameplates, isn't it? You want to see if it's got those on there.
So where's that going to be? Leave it with me. Route.
Yeah, I thought I'd just remind you of that, considering you're here. You did tell me to remind you, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, you'll have to keep reminding me. If I don't find it tonight, keep reminding me. I forgot what bloody class it was. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I can't say it on the street.
No.
So we're almost back at Loughborough, folks. When we get back to Loughborough, what we'll do, we'll take another look at the two versions of the reskin. We'll have a quick discussion about that, and then we'll jump over to show you the other two bits of BLS. Well, I forgot I'd actually got a fourth bit of BLS DLC or reskin within the stream, because I got those Pullmans, Sam. The Pullman reskins that Dan did. I'd left them in, but I'd forgotten I'd left them in the actual route, this route.
Yeah, see, so basically you've got another bit of DLC featured from BLS in this stream tonight. The Pullmans.
Yeah, just a bit.
So Jake, are we going to have any spoilers tonight of your future plans, or are we not going to do that yet? I don't know. I don't think we should we?
Well, for those people obviously who have been following BLS, obviously you may or may not know that we are currently building peak rail for TS. That is well, it's 50% complete, I suppose you could say. All the tracks down, the machinery is almost complete. It's not far off. It's better than it was at the start of the when I first sent the route to Will. Apart from that, I've just started another second route, which is obviously Ecclesbourne. I'm working on that, and then I've got two projects. One that obviously you guys know about, and the other I think you know about. I know Will knows about it. I think Jordan knows about it. I don't know if you know about it, but yeah.
I think I might know. I I think.
It's in our to-do list, basically, if you look closely at it.
Yeah, I think I know about that. I don't want to say.
Well, I can give. Could I give a potential clue to one of those?
Go on.
Jake.
Go on.
All right. So, any of the public members here, then I can give you a clue to what route Jake does have in the planning. This is a clue to do with a locomotive. In all honesty, so the clue is this is all I'm going to say is 47714.
47714. No, 715.
Yes, there we are.
Oh.
Going to say 714. I don't think 714 got preserved in it. I don't think.
No, sorry
Lewis,
guys.
do a quick check.
715. There we are.
Yeah, no, it still exists. It's not preserved, but it still exists.
Who's
Okay,
it
so
with?
you guys search up 47715, and then you might
It's
find
one of
out
the
what the clue
shunters.
is.
It's one of the shunters at some depot.
Oh, okay.
It's still in Anglia livery.
Oh, okay. Blimey, that's going
Trying
back
to
a
find
while.
out which depot.
That's going back a while, isn't it?
Asfordby depot. I don't know how to say it properly. Asford. I don't know. That depot.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm not good at pronouncing stuff.
Yeah, so there's the clue. 47715. There you go. That's the one word. That's the one word clue. Now you can think about the potential route or routes that it's been on.
This is where I look and see. Was I right? Oh yes, I was right. Yeah. I know what you're doing.
Actually, that's a good point. Actually, Lewis, when we do get around to you teaching me how to reskin a bit more, as we were supposed to last weekend, we're gonna have to try and do some coaches for that route. Just very simple because it's just got logos on them. Come on, train.
Yeah, I'm also gonna do some 37 reskins for that route.
Okay.
There's a couple of versions that need doing. Will actually sent me the idea for one of them.
I can't
So
remember how far on the platform I am. I've got 2 coaches to get on the platform.
So is this where we're going to have a look at the
Yeah. And then we'll jump
skins
on
once
to
again before we move on?
I'm going to disappear for a few minutes. I'll be back in a little while.
Right, no worries.
There we have the Cromwell set in the station platform there, look.
I would give away the 37 numbers like a second clue, but I think it might give it away because
Yeah,
it's
to be honest,
it's
we'll just
kind
go
of
with the one
famous.
clue. Yeah, you just go
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
one clue.
Right,
That-
okay,
that-
folks.
that
So
particular 37 is quite strong.
let's go back over to the. So basically, in fact, I may as well let Sam explain because it's his baby at the end of the day, isn't it? He was the one asked for it. Right, Sam. So explain the pack to us because you weren't here to explain earlier. Explain the pack to us, and then we'll look at it from my point of view at the 2 reskins. Hand it over to you.
Yeah, right. So basically, obviously, I asked Will to do this pack. This was something that I really wanted because, obviously, D6515 is my favourite Class 33 loco because ever since I was a kid, it's just something about it. I used to remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I'll come to Swanage because we'll go every year for holidays, and there would always be this locomotive sat in the siding, in the station siding, just in front of me all the time, and it was Stan Symes. It was D6515 in its plain green livery originally, just Stan Symes. It was just something about this loco. I liked the look of it, and I was just thinking, why do they never run it? Because it would just sit there. They would never use it. They would always use the steam locos, and I'd think, why don't they give that a run? I want to see it running. And then one day I did see it running. They got it out, and it was fantastic. And I really liked the sound of it. The soles are beat, and the overall sound of it and the look of it. I just really liked it, and that's what got me hooked really onto diesel locos and stuff like that. That was, if anything, that was the train. That was the entry point. That was my entry point into the hobby, was this particular train. And well, yeah, it's still a train, isn't it, at the end of the day? But basically, Will did a pack. He did the Swanage Diesels pack, didn't he, for us? Which
Yes, I believe
included
so.
the latest modern version of D6515, Lieutenant Jenny Lewis RN, and that's on the website. And it's just recently been updated to version 2 if anyone wants to go and check it out and download it. But I wanted basically the earlier versions of it in preservation, because obviously originally it was named Stan Symes in 1999 after a driver, Swanage to Bournemouth driver, who had been on the footplate for 60 years.
Yeah.
And that was who it was named after. And in 2014 it was renamed to Lieutenant Jenny Lewis after it had an overhaul in 2008 at Eastleigh.
Yeah.
And it's owned by the 71A group, so it's not actually owned by Swanage itself. It's owned by a group of people who are based at Swanage.
Yeah.
And obviously it goes and does tours and stuff now, and it's been mainline certified. But I wanted this pack because obviously it means a lot to me as a person. You know, it's a personal thing. You know, it's this particular loco that is, you know, it's an entry point into the hobby, and I wanted it into train sim. So. And then Will made that for us, and this is what you see today. You know, you've got its very first livery, which is the plain green one. Then its second version, variant, if you like, was it with the yellow panel added in 2002 November time. That was added, and then obviously the later version, which you can get in the Swanage Diesels pack, is the one from 2014 onwards to the modern day. At the moment, it's actually in Eastleigh Works undergoing repairs due to a body rot issue. So I don't actually know what it's going to end up being outshopped in. I'm hoping it will stay in its green livery because honestly, being in that colour for 20 odd years, you know, ever since it's been in preservation, it's been in that green, you know, colour. I think if it was ever made a different livery, it would kind of defeat the object of it, because it's become a sort of symbol to Swanage, really. It's become, if you think of diesel locos at Swanage, generally people think of D6515 because it does all the tours. It's the face of Swanage now, you know. And I think if it was painted in a different livery, it would defeat the whole object of it.
Yeah. So,
and,
folks, basically, just for those you don't know, this reskin pack is on the BLS website. I'll put the link in within the chat. I've just put down again in the chat. I will have to copy it, and I will also go and put in some of the other various bits packs as well that we've got available. Oh, hang on, let's try that again with that. Put in D6515 in it. Hang on, what have I done? Give me a second.
I just like put the reskin tab in there.
Sam, just a quick question. So you say how they should keep it in BR green. What if they did it with full yellow instead of half yellow?
I'm not sure that would look right myself.
Yeah, see, the trouble is, I think as well, is that everybody now knows it for its yellow panel livery. It's always, you know what I mean? It will always, in people's minds now, in enthusiast minds, they'll think of it in green, half yellow. I think if it was painted any other livery, it would kind of, you know, it's like if they painted mallard into wartime black or something, or apple green. It wouldn't be the same, would it? No. Because it's become a face now. It's become something that, you know, it tours around in that livery. It's like the 33 D6508 Eastleigh, for example, which is at the battlefield line now, and it's been repainted into its green half yellow panel. I think if that was in any other livery, it would look a bit odd. People would think, oh, it's not really Eastleigh, is it? Because we always knew it with the half yellow panel on it, you know?
So basically, folks, just sorry to jump in there. Hang on, I've just got a message off Sam again. Is it possible you could do?
What if it went into Dutch?
Numbers? Yes, yes, Sam. We will do that in a minute. Don't worry. So, folks, we'll take a look at the two reskins up close, and then we'll jump over to the next part of the stream. So, this is the full green version of D6515. As you can see, this is minus the. I can't think what you call them. So there's no colours on the springs, and it's basically a very more plain version of it. But it still looks good. It looks really nice.
Hi, Ethan.
Hello, Ethan. Although I do prefer the this version that Will has done. So basically, first, this has been done by one of our team. You okay, Ethan? He's like you dying there.
No,
by one of our
I am
team,
dying.
Will Braddock from BLS. Simon's also just given us a brief history of what he likes about it, but what I like is the fact that, for saying this is a 2D texture, from a distance it looks 3D. It's only when you get up really, really close you go,
that's
wow, it's 2D.
Earlier, wasn't it?
Obviously, I don't think Sam was here for that bit, but it's incredible, isn't it, Sam? How
No, it wasn't.
it's just Will's just
It
done a really
is
good
very
job.
clever what Will does. Yeah, it is clever what he does, where he makes it look 3D.
It's just a shame that
I just want to put a shout out actually to Matthew Wilson of Vulcan Productions, who actually gave Will some hints and tips on how to make these numbers and plates. Because if it wasn't for him, this kind of stuff wouldn't be possible. So thanks to Matt Wilson, who actually gave Will some hints on how to do things. I mean, it was very kind of him to do something like that,
And just to jump in there, it's quite nice that other members of other teams are willing to help out. One thing I've just spotted, I didn't notice earlier, has Will changed the buffer texture slightly? Because that's quite clever. Did I also just see?
Yeah, I was going to say that there is the buffer textures do look somewhat nicer, don't they? Than
do.
The original.
And I got to in a way, it's what let me down about the Black Fires. I think the buffer texture are a bit bizarre on the Black Fires that BMG done, but that's just me. But again, one thing I've just spotted, well, for a start, that texturing looks a bit bizarre, but I think that's that bloody Kuju RSC texture, isn't it? DTG seem to have a weird way of doing things. It's like, if you compare this logo to these ones, again, it's that typical DTG thing where, because of how old the model is, it almost doesn't render correctly.
I like how he goes. Honestly, I like how he says it's just that typical DTG.
Well, it's true. Come on, we all know what DTG are like. But no, I got to admit, I prefer this version of it, the engine myself, just because I like the yellow panel. I just like how the fact, obviously you got the bearing covers, you got the springs that are reasonably brightly coloured. It just looks, it sort of stands out to you, I think, personally. But yeah, so folks, these are the two things that come out that are with the pack. This is obviously available on the BLS website. I've put a link in the chat below.
Yeah, there's also 5.
Go on. I
was going to say, there's also 5 scenarios that come with this pack as well for the Swanage Railway by Second Valve, which is available on SSS. And you do require a few requirements for the scenarios. They are quite hefty in the means of requirements wise, but obviously I've tried to make them as realistic as I possibly could.
But yeah,
that's
please,
why
folks,
they require quite a bit.
Yeah, please, folks, do check out the this 33 reskin. It is really well worth it. I've just enjoyed looking at it, to be honest. It's just a beautiful reskin. Well, obviously, while we're here, we've got 2 BLS reskins within this part of the stream, and we've got 2 in the next part. And obviously, that's a slight hint to Sam Arne there of the next 2. But obviously, just jump over here quickly. We've obviously got, and we've already done a stream about these, but we'll do a quick plug-in again about them. These are the Cromwell GCR Pullman coaches reskins by Daniel Wyatt. If you haven't got them already, I will drop a link in the chat quickly as my Facebook goes ping to me.
He loves his links, doesn't he?
Yeah, while you're at it, plug all our YouTube channels in while you're at it.
yeah, that's it. Put them in there as well. There you go. Maybe put the Facebook page and Discord in there as well.
So yeah, again, these are quite nice reskins that Daniel's done. They just look the part, really, don't they, on this route, to be honest. But no, just to go back to what you were saying earlier, Sam, this is the version I've got of the route.
I would be pretty disappointed if they didn't look the part on that route, considering it's their home base.
Oh yeah,
you know
what I mean, though, don't you? Because there's some.
Yeah.
Can you remember the golden goldsmith reskins of the P&D, the Peyton and Dartmouth coaches, and how bad they were?
What, you didn't really like them, no?
Well,
they were okay.
It was the insides, because you had that horrible dotted black and white dots inside on them. Obviously, they kept the proper texture on these. It was just the way the reskins were made that just didn't look right, and it was the same reason why I wanted the new Riviera Mark 1s. But no, so folks, for those just to plug again, the 33s, these are what the pack comes with. It's D6515 stand Symes. Do check it out. The link for it is in the chat. While we're here, we'll quickly mention our Facebook page, which is, if you go on Facebook and look for is it BLS or British Locomotive Studios? BLS, isn't
British
it?
Locomotive Studios.
British Locomotive Studios, sorry.
It's BLS Train Sim Creation. Yeah.
We'll put a link in anyway.
BLS Train Sim Creation.
Yeah, just put the link in.
Just put the link in.
So the link is in the description below, or in the chat, sorry. I'm so used to doing Facebook at YouTube, I'm not used to this.
Apparently YouTube's now Facebook, guys.
I didn't know they merged.
Shut up. And
should we just get on to the next set of skins now?
Right,
basically, all the links will be in the chat.
Right,
so
okay, folks. So just jump back in again there. So this is the last part of our stream now. We are going to be having a drive along the North West Coast Main Line with one of Sam Arner's reskins. This is 45221 Sherwood Forester, pulling appropriately another piece of BLS content. It is the Riviera Mark 1s. Riviera Trains coaching stock. So
have you got a diesel on the back?
No.
You could have put the 37 in there. It would have been perfect. It would have been even more BLS content.
Yeah, it's not accurate.
No, because actually I've never seen them running with a diesel on the back, to be honest, when they've done that before in the past. So what we'll quickly do, we'll bring up the BLS website and then we'll put them in as well. Content, yes, content. I did say content. Shut up. Stop bullying me.
Content capital.
Oh, so much
Content.
content.
So much
Also,
content.
It said to me that the Black 5 and the Riviera coaches are making an appearance in a video again. I mean, those two packs have probably been in more videos than anything else over the internet.
No, I mean, we had, 2 things of MLR, and that was it.
Sam Arner's just put, what you need is Intercity Mark 3s, and he's now put, are you complaining?
No!
I'm not complaining. So for those...
Are you?
I'm not, no. So, well, Sam Beeman is, though. So this is the link for the Mark 1s.
Still complaining.
So that's the Mark 1 reskin link. And I'll just do the quick one for the Locomotive pack themselves. Both me and Ethan have actually reviewed... Oh, no, sorry. Ethan, you drove the Black 5, didn't you, last time? I believe.
That is correct.
I drove
Black
Standard 5.
Yes, you did. I love the Black 5. The Black 5 is a very lovely loco to work on. And to drive. Yeah, and the reskins are awesome.
And it's also your partner's favourite class of engine, isn't it? Or loco. Or Black 5305 is, sorry.
That is correct. And she's just gone out of traffic. God damn it.
Well, isn't it ex-partner now, Ethan?
No. Still partner.
Right, so we'll set the cab up and we'll have a run.
That's good to hear, but Sam, why did if that wasn't the case, Sam, you would have just called him out.
Yes, and I would have had to shoot him right here on the stage, which wouldn't have been nice.
So we're running in air brake mode for this bit. We'll get the cab set up, ready to go.
Right. Do you want me to do the junctions as well, Sam?
But with the nameplate problem.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah. where the nameplate sadly can't be changed. They are. Look, there it is.
That's just something that it's out of our hands really. I just want to say, just for reasons, the reskins that Arna did are amazing. I love
They
them.
are.
I actually use these Locos more than anything else.
I do myself.
And I do like them a lot.
Shut up, Whistle. I'm trying to... What will do. So the coaches we're using are the Riviera Trains reskins by Sam Arna as well, with the sort of grey roof and the chocolate and cream, as well as a mixture of blood and custard chucked in the rake as well.
Chocolate and cream.
Make me hungry.
Oh, oops! We've got a slight error. I've got 4927 twice. Oops.
It's all gone wrong.
Continuity error. Oops.
No, realistic. That's illegal.
So what's happened?
Continuity
It's not
error.
realistic, Sam.
4927. 4927 twice. Oops.
I mean,
Oops.
it's not something like 2 buffet cars in the set, then that really would be an issue.
Well, one of them's a restaurant car for the first class coaches, which is this one, and the second one, shut up, Whistles, and the second one's just a normal RMB. So what we'll do,
I can't say anything about buffet cards because I may have done something.
we've got the green for the guard, we've got the green on the peg.
Yes. So what route's this then?
It's North Wales Coast Main Line from Crewe to Llandudno.
Wow, it's discontinued with North Wales Coast, yeah.
Say again?
Just the discontinued North Wales Coast with DG, yeah.
Oh, flipping hell. Oh.
It's a shame that got discontinued, to be honest.
It is a bit, yeah.
It's very good. That's interesting track.
Yeah, it's a track patch from somebody. I can't remember who it's by though. It's on ATS somewhere.
Is it that 18 stacking that's going to improve? And then with them new textures, is it not one of those, or?
I think so, something like that at least.
Also, Mike just keeps like.
Also, Sam, 17 Squadron has officially left.
It's now going to Jordan's Railway, yeah?
It's gone. Yes, it's his now. I got fed up with it then. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, this race is competent. That's all you need to know. Oh, fucking hell, where's my lamp? Oh, bollocks. Trying to get my lamp on the Ginty. There we go. I'll tell you what, Sam, I'm driving my Ginty at the moment on the I've got my photos and just driving about at the moment.
What interesting me is that Jake's driving the Black 5 and it's on his HUD.
No, you don't. Oh, bollocks.
I'm only doing it when I'm outside the cab view. When I'm back on the engine, I actually drive in the cab.
TS just did a wally on me.
Yeah, it says that your reverses and 0%, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's that. It's because it's an advanced thing. It does say it's stupid, really.
Yeah. So if you're in, if it's like the Black Fives or Merchant Navies, for example, you turn it, but it will only show how, how hard you turn it. You have to actually like that doesn't work. Well, I think right. Ginty. No. Yes. Sam, have you got any other engines for me to break?
Not really.
Yes. I'll have that manual sent to you before tomorrow morning, by the way.
Yeah, it's not going to be our Christmas calendar though, unfortunately.
No, it's a shame, but you know, the best thing is if they're late, it means they're good quality.
Logic.
Lewis, you've got it, man.
What was it?
A very outdated
Would you
version.
like me updated?
I would.
I'll send it to you. I would like someone to do a running session.
He hasn't got the updated one.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you.
Forget it.
You have
Oh, yes.
seen.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Yeah, you give him a scenario. It's okay to give him this question until yours is not going to go.
I haven't done the scenarios I've made stuff on the routes. I've added stuff to.
Yeah, but I said
Well, if I can have a slightly updated.
I'll give him this one. I'll give him this one for now. There goes all. Right, there you go. I'll send it to you. Do you want to get a... Have you got access to my fleet farm? You don't need it.
Probably not.
I'll give you access to it.
There's even more spoilers coming soon.
None of these guys are going to know. Not going to know. There you go.
Didn't hear a word of that.
Yeah, wait.
But
That's it.
it sounds like you hear the microphone in your mouth and then take it out again. That's what it sounds like.
It's obviously a problem with the phone or something.
Yeah. Right. Break off.
Yeah, I said I nearly gave away a spoiler of certain 37.
Right, so this will be our running session. So I've got Grampians. I'm in platform number 2. And it's snowing. It's moderate snow, and it's like, you know, the time it is now. You know,
I do wish you could have winter but no snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I, but you can't have everything sometimes.
You can work
your
around
question, Samon, I do not know, to be honest with you. Depending on how tired I get partway through the run.
Right, are you gonna, what are you driving, Lewis?
I'm probably editing something.
Alright, well, alright, no worries.
Yeah, in fact, you guys, the way you work around this winter stuff, you know, having snow on it, just put it to spring, because it's the same as winter, it just doesn't have any snow.
Right away!
I always do it as autumn myself.
Yeah, but autumn
I
is
use
the golden trees.
Yeah,
and that
the
would
trouble with that is you've still got all leaves on the trees.
exactly, whereas spring hasn't.
Which would mean the RHTT would have to run a lot longer.
Whoa. That's a Wilson, come on, behave.
Would mean the RHTT would have to run a lot longer than normal.
Green on the starter.
Whereas if it's at spring, you don't have the leaves on the trees, and you don't have the stupid snow on the floor. I hate snow.
That's true.
I love
Wow.
Can't even
Wow. You heard it here, folks.
We did.
So,
yeah, everyone just heard it.
If you're doing winter
I don't
without
like snow.
if I was going to do winter without snow in TS, use the spring textures. Is that what you're saying, Sam?
Yeah, anyone who wants to do winter scenarios in TS and doesn't want any winter, like, snow on the floor, or just set it to spring and the dates to winter.
Funny thing is, it has snowed like in autumn. You know?
Yeah, it has actually. Sorry, no.
The same weather settings as winter, it just doesn't have the snow, so you still do have the leaves off the tree and stuff, so...
Yeah, I believe today was the last day of the RHTC season. I think.
Yes, it was.
So, yeah.
Has another engine failed? God damn it, that's 5 in one day.
Like how we was talking about how to do spring scenarios, and, well, sorry, not spring scenarios, how we was talking about do winter scenarios without snow, and then Lewis just randomly starts talking about RHTT.
Well, not randomly.
And then I did shout.
I did mention it earlier, so it's technically not random.
Oh, you ridiculous. May have just broke my GT.
So, how long is this run going to take then, Jake?
I don't know at the minute. We'll see how far I get for the time being.
This is one thing I like about doing the preserved railway train sim is because you can actually stop all stations, and I find that a lot more entertaining than just running down a line for ages on end, not stopping at any station.
You're meant to be driving the train, not running.
Yep. But technically you're running the train down the track, aren't you not?
Yeah, it's a joke, Sam. I know. It goes right over your head.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so for like stopping in stations and stuff like that, than just like
Oh, it really does go right over his head.
you know, just sitting for ages along a mainline track to running down, just gets tiring and boring after a
Oh,
while.
why not now? Right, I've got a proper loco. I've got a proper locomotive. I've got a K1.
Is it? Oh, I was about to say it's a 37.
K1. Of a steam engine, should I say. Never meant to
Okay,
be the bullies.
You've
I've
got
got
to
one
say
in my back.
steam engine or else we'll start assuming.
Well, it's a steam engine.
Well, I like them narrowboats there, look.
Just saying, Sam, you know that recent Jordan did?
Hmm.
The one with blue light Pacific, it's in platform 4. It's a static display because the engine's broken at the moment. It wasn't my fault. I'm like, oh, there we go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of stuff has broken when it gets into the hands of you.
It wasn't me who broke it. Let's just get that clarified.
To be honest,
It just seems like that.
yeah, it's like the MLR has got really poor staff there that seem to make all their locos fail. I might make a load of scenarios that have
Well,
locos
I mean, a certain 37 will fail as part of a scenario.
No, it won't.
It will,
Maybe
like.
Right away.
maybe I should
Whoa. Rolling.
broke it.
I mean, by the sounds of it, it seems like Ethan's the only member, so...
No, I'm not the only member. I do have a crew of drivers.
Yep, you and one other person.
5 other people.
Mostly was you and Jordan, didn't it?
Yeah, it was mainly us doing this, and to be honest, I think without Jordan it wouldn't have got this far, and I'm eternally grateful for helping out and, helping get us through where it needs to be. And now, for the thing that we've all been waiting for, we've just departed the station in the night.
You know, honestly, I do love how Ethan is talking about something completely different to the stream that we're actually on. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a BLS stream if we start talking about something completely different to what we're actually doing.
It's certainly
This is.
So anyway, did we all enjoy the RHTT season?
Yeah, I did.
I've only seen 2 RHTTs. I need to actually go out more often in the future.
I've seen 5. Crossing clear.
Well,
Nice one, mate.
the 37 did make it on the... Shush, Sam, we're talking about RHTTs.
You just slammed the door in his face.
Forget RHTTs. We're looking at the Black 5 on the North Wales coast route.
Are we?
About that.
Used to be.
And Jake is sort of telling us how to drive a steam loco properly and not making a mess of it on a tutorial video.
Oh, in that case, Sam, you better take note.
Yeah, you better do, Sam. We all know Sam's driving habits at the moment, breaking steam engines.
Ethan.
Says the one who just failed 5 locos.
No, I failed 1 loco. The other 4 were failed by other people today. Because I
Yeah, okay.
You did
Please
ask.
stop and move a steam loco out of station without making it slip.
I didn't slip actually. 2014 was acting nicely.
Because every time you depart a station, you always make the loco slip.
No, I was only on the stream. I did it to be an absolute arse.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yes, I did actually. Quite.
Convenient.
Convenient, there's excuses.
Yeah, we'll soon see about that.
So what else can we talk about that's completely different to what we're actually seeing?
How about how Tornado's at the JCR at the moment?
Oh no, we don't want to talk about that.
Shut up.
What is
Tornado's a
like,
brilliant bloke.
then Jake, this is Sherwood Forester, isn't it? This one.
Yeah. Sam Arnold
One of my favourites,
has put,
that is.
how about a Black 5 hauling an RHTT on North Wales Coastal? Good idea.
That'd be interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really good idea. I know Mr. Arnold was doing an RHTT with a merchant navy, well too, because mine had to go and rescue it. Which I'm a little bit worried about, because I thought it would have broken by now.
It's not you, Ethan.
What?
It's not you for a start.
Be quiet, Jake. Everyone knows my driving is superior.
Debatable.
Says you, Lewis. You said it literally last week. No, you didn't actually. Well, no, did you actually? Yes, you did actually.
No, I probably said it isn't superior.
No, you said it was superior.
Okay, well keep telling yourself that.
Alright. I love how we're just talking.
No, it's funny because it's an annoying sound.
Yes, it is.
That makes it funny. I can watch him just sitting there with like, is it with his head in his hands, just be like, oh.
No, I'm actually trying to think about what I'm going to say about this Black 5. To be honest, it's not with the amount of videos it's been in, the same with this Riviera coach pack, I mean, it's not really a lot you can say about it.
Now you get why we're talking about random things.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
This Black 5 pack and these coaches have been in more videos than enough, to be honest.
Yeah, we need some runs of the RHTT.
To be honest.
Yeah, which hasn't. To be honest, they haven't actually been featured in a video yet.
Exactly.
To be honest,
RHTT.
to be honest, I've never actually seen an RHTT video in TS at all.
I have, but it's with the JT20s, so...
oh, okay. No, that's
that
boring.
works.
You have to have something different, like a pair of 37s or a 66, or something different, not just bloody 20s all the time.
Well, we can sort out the pair.
Wait,
we can
why
sort
not
out
a
the pair
40?
of
Why not a
37s.
40? A 40 is a good one.
Sam A's just put
A 40 did haul an RHTT.
73. Sam A's just put, I have a GBRF 73. That's a good idea.
Yes, yeah, I've seen that one actually. Think of it, yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
A 40 did haul RHTT wagons.
The 73s for RHTT.
Yeah, they do, that's what I'm saying. I've seen it in TS, I've seen a video of it. But back to what you're saying about the 40, yes, a 40 did haul an RHTT once. It was 4145.
Yeah,
It
which
didn't actually spray anything, it was just hauling them. But, you know, it did haul an RHTT, technically, so...
Yeah, the trouble is you can't really recreate that in TS though, because how the JT RHTTs are set, it's basically they start spraying after a certain...
That and the fact that it was hauling a special wagon that only had sandite sprayers on it, didn't actually have any of the water jets on, which obviously there is no version of that in TS, so you can't replicate that. I'll find a picture of it and I'll show you what I'm on about. Send it in
It's a shame, to be honest.
So to all those watching who want to know what I'm on about, tough.
Or they could just search it up on the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, people nowadays, you know what I mean?
People nowadays, everyone looks stuff up on the web
Yeah.
now. Doesn't it?
Do they? I haven't noticed. Oh no, anyway. Oh, you stupid window.
Is it me, or is there something very nice about watching the balcony on this Black 5 because it's going along?
I know what you mean. It is actually quite majestic in a way.
It is.
Yeah,
Probably a steaming thing.
I'll post it in the staff text if you
Thank
guys
you.
want to know what I'm on about.
Oh, okay.
You see how the
Anyway.
first wagon just got sandite sprayers on?
Lewis, what are you doing
I
tomorrow?
actually prefer 4145 when she was in the other BR livery, minus the BR that there was 2 BR liveries, wasn't there? She was in 2 BR blue liveries.
Large logo and just regular blue.
Who's gone silent?
I quite liked it in large logo.
Who's gone silent?
I haven't.
You did.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he finished the conversation.
And I've been the conversation street.
Whatever.
If anyone watches
Sorry,
it,
do we need to warn you when we finished our sentences?
I know, do we now? Is that the law now?
I don't know, I'm ending my sentence.
Yellow on the distance.
It's amazing how I'm only doing 58 mile an hour in my engine's limit is 60 because obviously it's in black 5. I'm not even anywhere near 60 yet. Well, I'm close to 60.
That's Bossman Games physics. They've actually got that spot on in a way.
Yeah,
Well, I've got the reverser at 24%, the regulator's in the roof. I'm trying to get rid of some of the fire mass as well.
I'm having to get rid of some water mass instead. Overfill the boiler.
Muppet.
Not my fault. I wasn't. Well, yes, it is my fault. True. Green on the home.
This is something you can't do on the main line. Window hang.
Yeah, you can't do it on main line. Not anymore, at least.
Well, I did it on the main line once.
Arrest him.
You can't anymore. It's against health and safety. ORR would come down like a ton of bricks.
Well, no, but in all honesty, when I did it, I was just like, bollocks to the health and safety.
I imagine he just gets whacked by a post.
Head missing.
The thing is, though, with me, I was safe with it because what I did was I only did it when I was leaving stations, and then when I was travelling at like 60 to 75 miles an hour, I didn't dare to put my head out the window, you know.
I could make the goggles joke.
I know where this joke is going.
Like, when people have accidents with these things, it's actually people just being reckless and not having any common sense. I mean, it's it doesn't take a genius to know that the only time you really do it is when you're leaving the stations and that, because you know and can see when stuff's coming up because there's speed regulations in there. When you're travelling at 60, 75 miles an hour, I mean, these dickheads, why do they put their heads out at that kind of speed? I mean, they must want to kill themselves or something.
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is the thing, that's what I'm trying to say, is the fact that on main line it is very risky. On a preserve line you're not got that high risk. But then, have you seen that? There was a famous video on YouTube and someone was leaning right out on a diesel thing.
Yeah, as well, you get these idiots at railways and stuff that literally have their whole body out of the freaking window. It's like, you don't need to do that. Just
Especially when you're trying to film.
But even when you're filming, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, you literally just need to stick your camera out of that's it.
Lewis, class 40 is ready for you whenever you're ready.
Am I driving a 40?
No, well, you can if you want to, but it's one that's on duty tonight.
Which 40?
D210, Empress of Britain, 9. And that's because it's just had its turbos repaired.
You know, I love this guy's role-play enthusiasm. I mean, it's
not bad.
I mean, I could never be as imaginative as he is. Well, I did used to have a very good imagination, but nowadays it's sort of gone, you know.
Yeah, I mean, me, I take all my imagination into other things now. I take it into my story, which I'm writing at the moment, the Caitlin story. And I've got my own rosters for this railway. I've got my own timetables. Thank you very much, Jordan. You know, there's so much on this railway that you can do if you have the imagination to do it.
Mind you might lose that imagination, Ethan, when you reach 25.
I'm 19. Let's see what happens when I reach 25.
I mean, you start reach the 20s, you start to lose your imagination a bit more.
So that's why you like everything to be 100% perfect and accurate.
Green on the distance.
It's all making sense now.
It is, isn't it?
All making sense now, he goes.
I did. This station should be called Bullying Sam in 4K.
Yeah, although the stream isn't in 4K, so
Yeah, but it
that's the problem.
sounds better. It sounds better on the title. Yeah, clickbait it. Yeah.
Clickbait it, really?
Bullying Sam gone wrong. In the
Totally
hood.
boom. Ladies and gentlemen, the next station to drive into is Windsor. Windsor Station. I would do
It's a
that all
quick
day.
drop.
That's strange. Why is that not
Jake?
on there?
Yeah,
Is this a quick drive scenario? Or?
it's a free roam. I've just plonked the engine down earlier.
Oh, that's a
Sam
shame.
A's just put, I forgot how long it is between Crewe and Chester. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Sam. I forgot how long it is between the two stations, to be honest.
It would have been nice if we did this on a quick drive, so we actually got AI coming past us, but There you go, there you go, Lewis. There's just there's there's a demonstration of how it has to be correct.
How do you
Yeah.
mean?
Because I've gone and said, oh, it's a shame you did a free roam and not a quick drive, so you get AI coming past you. 'Cause it's not realistic, or it's free roam.
There's an off day. It was all charter stuff. There you go, sorted.
It was a Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Everyone's in church on Sundays.
Doesn't look
Leave
quite
that there.
perfect.
Lewis, do you have that?
I do, but it ain't working.
What is that
Well, voice mod decided to be like, oh yeah, sorry, we broke today, we'll try and fix it.
one? Oh, right.
Sam, like how I'm using the air brake handle, as you should do.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Mind you, that air brake handle looks a bit weird. It doesn't have the knob on it.
How do you mean?
Someone clip that.
It doesn't have the black knob on it. You know, the circular thing.
Someone clip that.
Whoa, what was that?
But it's not the typical air brake though, is it? It's a different kind of air brake. It's not the same one that you have on the 47s.
Yeah, but even on like the A3 and stuff like that, and the A1, they have like a black knob on the end of it. On that on the handle, you know.
You dirty bastard.
What? I'm saying that no, it does have a black knob on the end of the handle. You.
Oh, no. Oh, God, man. God damn it.
Oh
But
god,
it looks like
yeah!
it's missing.
Yeah, you are right, actually. No, you're not.
Exactly.
No, you're not. You're not right on that one,
Lol.
actually.
Ha!
You're right. No, you're not. You're not.
Let's look at this photo of 45407's cab.
Was board crossing clear?
In screenshots or something.
Yeah. In the it's in the BLS staff chat thing, text chat.
I'll tell you what gets really on my nerves is all this bloody spamming from SLS all the time, the slow line simulations. They just spam the Discord all the time. It's really annoying.
Are you in that Discord?
Yeah, they keep spamming it because you can't can't see because of all the flipping spam.
You could
But,
press the leave button.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
It doesn't, does it?
No. It doesn't look like it, but I've just noticed. Is it me or is the handle too small in the cab on the Bossman Games one?
No. Just the right
Oh.
then.
Maybe it's the angle you're positioned in the cab, but it's fair enough, that makes sense.
Boom.
Okay, so we've established it doesn't have a black knob on the end of it.
Why would you like
Lewis,
it, Sam?
Lewis, will you quote that, please?
I am. I'm gonna screen record that and get it from a soundboard. No, that's the quote. Sam's quote of 2021.
What? Black knobs.
You're not helping. Because as soon as I edit this and make you say something completely different, it's gonna be really funny. Because I've got all the material I need.
Are we all going to get a giggle out of this?
We will, yeah.
You're going to edit it and put like in front of it my voice saying "I like" or something.
Could do that. Could do that. But
Isn't it?
something a bit better because the amount of stuff you've said that's been caught on video or stream. There's a lot I can do.
Oh, I dread to think.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
This should
This would be
probably
funny.
be an age-restricted thing, really, shouldn't it?
Anyway, moving on
Moving on
Yeah,
swiftly.
RHTT.
to a K1. My K1. The best
Calling in
K1.
RHTT.
The K1 is not putting an RHTT.
Is it not? No, you got that
No.
wrong. haven't you?
No, she's putting Grampians at the moment. Because she's waiting for the Class 40 to take its own train, which the driver hasn't turned up due to being, I don't know, sleeping on the job.
So the Grampians aren't in the scenarios.
Seriously?
Yeah, because I don't have them.
Wow.
Don't have them.
Ooh,
Are you saying you properly don't have them?
What are the Grampians?
They are
What
Caledonian coaches. And
Oh right,
I,
I'm not sure.
I like them. I like them very much.
Caledonia Works ones. Are they?
No. They are by Matrix, I think. I'll double check.
The Matrix made it. Oh, fair play to them. I thought they finished
Fair
doing
enough,
stuff
Sam.
like that years ago.
Sam Arnold's just put at Chester with 4600 already. I'm just
Right,
popping the
okay.
fence up, trying to keep the bloody thing quiet.
So is there anything you want to add about these reskins then, Jake, now you've stopped in the station?
I don't know, to be honest.
Come on, get grip.
They've been rinsed the hell out of on all the videos, these reskins, I must admit.
And what we need is to showcase some of the stuff that doesn't get shown.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
I.e. all of my stuff.
It showed, yeah. So we had 33s at the beginning of this video, which is obviously, you know, that's something different. But you know what I mean? It's this Black 5 and these Riviera trains coaches have quite frankly been rinsed.
I've got to admit, I'd like to see Mr. Arner, and if you're listening to this is a bit of a hint to you, do the vintage trains. Who's got the?
Oh my gosh,
no.
what has he done?
What?
Oh, look what he posted in BLS, in the
Hang on,
BLS chat.
Hang on. What we're looking at?
Oh.
What chat? What chat are we talking
Look
about
at
here?
BLS.
Messenger.
Oh, that poor Will Scott.
Oh my god!
What is it then?
Looking
What chat? What be?
BLS group chat messenger.
Oh, okay. He's literally ruined that Royal Scott. He's destroyed it.
Thank God it isn't my Will Scott, unless he just says now it's mine.
Right, I was going to say, who had the Mainline Halls pack that had the three-wear Mark 2s? Because I was just looking at these Mark 1s, it reminded me, the real vintage trains Mark 2s, that you've either got, some of them are in really, really posh, spotless livery, like, where is it? Like the TSO here, where some are like a faded
Lewis.
sort of colour scheme.
Do you want Mark 1s?
But then also...
Hang on.
But then,
I said, do you want the Mark 1s for your Class 40?
But then also the support coach and the BFK is another one, because obviously in real life they've got white roofs. Obviously in TS we've only got the dark roof colours. So that's something I'd like to see Sam Arner do. Hint, hint. And he has actually, when I said that, he actually did put, yes, the Vintage Trains ones. Yeah, but to be fair, Sam, if we even just leave the Pullmans out and just do other things, because that's what they do with it, and I'm hoping that AP will do the Pullmans anyway. Because if AP did the Pullmans, then it won't make any difference. But I just thought it'd be nice to have the Mark IIs and the BFK and the BSK, just so we've got a white roof version of them that would look better than they do currently. But no, I can't fault this, to be honest. It's just a lovely bit of kit. Let's open the doors. Let the passengers
Fine.
I think it's time to post some more links in the chat.
The only main with the Black 5 is obviously the cab problem, where you've got the nameplate shows still as the Lancashire Fusilier and not the actual nameplate of the Loco.
That's just that's a game limitation.
Yeah, it is.
That one, that's what's sad for
It's just put.
It means
Network
Rail.
NRs have finally saw. Oh, Network Rail.
Network
Rails.
Rails.
Of course, they're his, aren't they?
Yeah.
I forgot that they've been his. Right.
Netty worky railies.
Drain tap shut. Pop on the whistle. I wish they'd replace that whistle recording with something better.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but that whistle recording is horrendous. Do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like it's been recorded too far away. It's been recorded further down the train. That's why it's so.
I swear it's quieter and then gets louder as you hold it down.
It's just the way it goes. I just don't like it the way it goes.
That is weird. That sounds weird.
See, that's just the default BMG. Yeah, that's the default BMG whistle.
So anyway, Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
What about it?
Okay, alright then.
Well, we're doing the Christmas stream hopefully on the 23rd, which will include a route that is going to be Christmasized.
Has a route been chosen? Good.
You have been chosen.
Lewis. Lewis, your 40 is ready if you want an escape.
Totally not a Toy Story reference right there.
Oh no.
Oh, thank you
Lewis.
for telling us.
Lewis.
Yes.
Do you want to escape from the madness? Get on the 40.
Well, I literally just installed the MLR.
Right.
Because I had to download the LMS posters and all.
Alright.
Signs.
Oh shit, I need to... hopefully you'll be up before I get back to Prophecy. If not, I'll just go to the other platform. No, I won't, because I can't run around it, because the Merchant Navy's in there at the moment. Oops.
breaking more locos on the MLR, Ethan?
No. I mean Mercenary. I mean Light Pacific. No, the Light Pacific was there because it broke down
You know,
last week.
I can totally imagine a situation in the MLR being like a Locos failed, and then the Loco that was sent to rescue the failed Loco failed, and then a Loco has been sent to rescue the Loco that was sent to rescue the failed Loco, and that fails, and it just keeps going on.
Funny enough, funny story actually.
Every single Loco is just broken.
Funny story about
that. Because of Ethan.
I remember going to Seven Valley in 2018, and 6023 had failed, and the Loco that was going to rescue it had also failed, and that was the Class 14, and I can't remember what they ended up sending to rescue that.
I'm going to do, chaps, is I want to leave you guys to the rest of the stream.
Okay.
Right.
So,
good night, Mr. Beaver.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Good night.
I'm going to chill and, you know,
you're going to chill.
Just maybe look at some other TS bits to see what I can do before I go to sleep. But yeah. So that's me done for this evening. So I'll see everybody soon. Enjoy the rest of the stream with Jack, Lewis and Skyhawk, aka Ethan here.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve the real name.
Oh, alright.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I knew that. Thanks, man, for demoting me
Bit differently, I'm going to say see you later, fellow simmers.
Goodbye, fellow simmers. Goodbye, Mr. Beeman.
Actually, goodbye, fellow simmers. That's a good one.
Yeah, I get it now. Get out of it.
Yeah, let's get out. Bye.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Oh my god.
We could just make a compilation, just annoying Sam compilation, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, the end of year video. Right, go and light engine to run around the train.
Otherwise, though, enjoy the rest of the stream with Jake Lewis and Skyhawk.
Right, Louis, whoops, sorry, wrong person. Lewis, I'm just running around at Excalibur. Are you doing it at real time with the snow on? Snow moderate from the 18 pack?
I don't know, I'm loading right now, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
No. Because what you need... Oh, hang on, no. Rolling. Keep rolling. Almost cleared the points. There, stop. I'll tell you what, MLR might not be operating next season.
Oh, because everything's broken.
What?
Because everything's broken.
No. Come on.
Sounded like something just broke.
No, I was really getting my phone. Right, rolling backwards. So since I'm technically waiting on Eulos to clear property, and I can't go any further than that, but I'm going to come up to junction at Merlin, near the sheds, and I'll be able to do pasture.
I've just loaded it just now.
I know.
Sound like the mouse just broke.
No, I was moving my phone again.
For no reason, like it moves its phone, it just makes a really loud glass shattering
Because it's
noise.
plate. Because it's plate I've got next to it. I haven't played it from earlier.
Let me just move my clock a bit.
Bang! Okay. Right, break out.
Right, I'll be right back.
I know. Is your stream over yet?
Not yet, no. I'll probably roll in a bit.
Whoa,
Though,
whoa,
at some
whoa,
point.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, that's something that long. I shouldn't be coaches forward by about 2 feet.
Muppet.
Wasn't my fault. Brake cylinder didn't want to work.
I'll probably make an unscheduled stop at the next station and stop streaming from there because it's getting late now. I'll stop at Shottle.
Yeah.
Shotton. Shottle? Shotton. Oh, I think
I'm back.
Alright, buddy. Right, I'm just about to set off, Lewis. I'll be coming back towards you from the other end, so you should have enough time to get ready. There it is. Right away!
By the way, Mr. Driver.
Right away. I actually got to do right on my second to last one, which I believe. Green on the starter. After next week, this engine's going into winterization. It's had a long year, this one. It's had its tyres driven off it, literally.
Sam, we're going to end the stream at the next station, which is here.
It's not because we like you, it's because we don't like you. No.
Shut up, you.
I've been so...
It's getting late and I'm out early tomorrow, unfortunately.
Greenham's right. Oh no, I can't see that signal. Ah, oops. Jake, have you driven on MLR yet?
No, I've not even got it, to be honest. But no, at some point I will do a
Would you
full.
like...
I will do a full run of this route at some point.
Yeah. And tomorrow I'm in Loughborough tomorrow. I'm not working, it's a day off. There we go, stop about there. Excellent. Hang on a minute. Oh! Oh! We slid with wheels locked up.
Right, so what am I driving?
Class 40 D210. And that's the one with the back. The one with discs.
Livery?
Green.
Right. Vacuum,
Okay.
you say?
Okay, folks. So this is
Yeah.
this is the end of the stream now. Unfortunately, I will do another one in the next couple of days, probably. Next couple of days to a week. We'll see what happens. Can't guarantee anything. Obviously, it's coming towards Christmas. I'll try and do more over the Christmas period, and depending as and when I can bother to get round to doing one. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to take a look at my YouTube channel. I'll put a link for that within the chat for people to have a quick look at. You'll see other videos. Obviously, please don't forget to follow us on Twitch as well. It's always helpful. You're very welcome, Sam. It's always nice to see him. Always nice to have a play with some of the stuff you've done. And obviously the same with Lewis's reskins as well. The 37s.
Right away.
I can't remember. I don't think we've got anything else from Lewis at the minute. But yeah, I'll try and get some.
Not yet, anyway.
No, not yet, at least.
Lewis, remember to put it in snow moderate.
Thanks again for everyone that's come on this evening and watch the stream. It's always nice. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to drop the BLS YouTube channel a subscribe and like the Facebook page as well. And we'll see you for the next stream. So I'll let you two say goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you in the next one.